everyone, welcome back to another edition of 49er Insider. It's good to have you back with us. A busy weekend for 49er athletics, and we're going to kick things off with the home opener for the 49er football team as the Niners fell at home to North Carolina A&T 35-31. Running back Benny LeMay led the way for the Niners with 159 rushing yards on 19 carries. Warpay Kofa on the receiving end, 6 receptions for 110 yards and a touchdown. And then on the defensive side, Zach Duncan added 2 sacks and also forced a fumble. The Niners fall to 0-3 and face Georgia State next weekend. Moving on to the other football, the pitch this time, the women's soccer team faced Marshall opening Conference USA play, where the Niners went on to defeat the Thundering Herd 3-0. 2 goals added by Martha Thomas and 1 by sophomore Megan Green. We'll talk about Martha Thomas a little bit later, but she set the program all-time records for goals scored and points with 41 and 106 respectively, so congrats, Martha Thomas. Moving to men's soccer, where the Niners had 2 games this past week, once against Elon, where the Niners drew 1-1. A goal from Teddy Chaouche, the Frenchman, and then this past Sunday, the Niners faced Jacksonville, where Tommy Madden got his first career goal, and the Niners went on to win 1-0. Moving to women's volleyball, which is the hottest team in Charlotte right now. They've won 10 straight matches, including 4 this past week. To start the week, they defeated in-state rival Davidson with a nail-biting 5-set victory, and then went to the George Mason Classic in Fairfax, Virginia, where they defeated George Mason in 4, Loyola Maryland in 3, and Hampton in 3. The Niners were led by Sydney Rowan with 50 kills. Yumi Garcia has kept it up at the libero position with 78 digs, including 5.2 a set. And then Tatiana Thomas with 17 blocks, and Jocelyn Stoner with 16. So the Niners volleyball team keeps on rolling. Moving to golf, but not the men's golf team. This time it's the women's golf team. We have not talked about them yet because the program has just kicked off. They went down to Tennessee to play in their first ever tournament, the Mason Rudolph Championship, where the Niners finished 15th. Ashley Fowler led the way for the Niners with a final score of 2-over. So the 49ers women's golf program, coached by Holly Clark, is officially underway. Moving to cross country, where the men's and women's team both took first in a 2017 William & Mary Cross Country Invitational. On the men's side, the Niners were led by Tom Nobles, who finished first. And then on the women's side, you probably guessed it, Caroline Sang also finishing first. So we're going to move on to our player of the week this week, and it's none other than Martha Thomas. Before I tell you about her stats, let's listen into some of these calls.
Trying to get the lead pass to Thomas. Here's the cross into Martha Thomas, and that's the all-time record. Martha Thomas finds the back of the net, and she is now the all-time leader in career goals here at Charlotte. Nice move. Here's the crossing opportunity. It's into the back of the net. Martha Thomas, for the second time tonight, she now has the all-time record for points, her second milestone achieved.
She broke the goals record with her first goal of the match and broke the points record with her second goal of the match. She now has 19 points on the year with 7 goals and 5 assists, including 2 game winners. So congratulations to the senior captain, Martha Thomas, on being our player of the week. So now we're going to take a look at the upcoming games for the 49ers. First, with the football team, they're playing at home versus Georgia State on Saturday at 6 o'clock. Volleyball faces Marshall and Western Kentucky on Friday and Sunday, both kicking off. Volleyball opens up Conference USA play versus Marshall and Western Kentucky at home on Friday and Sunday, and women's soccer faces FIU on Sunday at 1 p.m. Those are all the home matches for the 49ers this week. And that'll wrap up our show for this week as well. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Go Niners.